As a figurative artist for the past 40 years, it's almost a given that an underlying thing you have to think about is what makes something look alive and have inner motivation. In my new work, I try to preserve that question and work on that question, even though the images are not what you would think of as intelligent beings. It's not so different than with something that looks like an animal or a human. Because if you're a sculptor, you're really dealing with form, and it is the form that secretly is making something look alive. If you were to rely on just facial expression, for example, that would be kind of an impoverished work of art. A good work of art uses other visual things. In my last installation at Nancy Hoffman Gallery, my topic was sort of the creation of life and of humanity. So it was called Garden. It was about the Garden of Eden, and there was a central figure of Eve and Cain and Abel. It was the biblical scene. But also, I had a whole surround of surrealist animated plants that, to me, took on some of those issues of what makes something alive and what's important to life. Motion, predation, competition, attractiveness, reproduction are all these common things that living things have. And I wanted all of those non-animate things, plants, to express all of those animate qualities. I mean, you may notice sometimes you look at a tree and it just looks like an elephant's trunk or something like that, only it has grown to look like a moving trunk over 50 years of growth. It's just sort of slow motion animation. So I myself am like a slow motion tree the way I work. So I have lots of time to think and try to put little principles of life into my stuff. And I like that kind of, this awkwardness. I've worked, in my figures, I worked with awkwardness a lot. This sort of combination of awkwardness and nobility, if you would believe that. I like being able to explore body shape without anybody bothering me about whose body shape I am doing. I can't help myself from injecting human form into everything. The challenge for me is to make this look more like a carrot, not to make it look more like a body. I really had to tone down the body thing. When you let go of reality, you can sort of express anything you want. On the other hand, though, of course, reality is sad to admit, but reality is actually more interesting and surprising, I find, than stuff that I make of it. I think that the human mind works in repetitive patterns, and if you want to break out of that, you have to look at the world, and then you'll find stuff that's really strange and unexpected. So, I mean, that said, I do come back to the figure every now and then, and it always gives me great joy to just sort of copy reality.